Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. It's Dort on the wing. There's the foul. It'll go on Tim Hardaway. That's his first foul.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Cunningham passes to Hardaway. Nails it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 3-point game. Dort outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Pass to Duren. And stolen by Williams. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Ryan, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks. And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Hartenstein passes to Dort. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Hardaway from outside. Offensive rebound. Pass to Thompson. Duren with a screen on Williams. Thompson goes in, and he makes it on the layup.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. Just explosive off the bounce.
Here's Hartenstein. Outside, Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Six on the shot clock. Holmgren with a screen on Thompson. A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish to the paint. Here's Hartenstein. Detroit with a rebound. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. It's a one-on-one situation, and the bucket is good.
And what a read there from Cunningham, showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
Hartenstein, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's Hardaway. Williams grabs the board.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The pit. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, looking at what we've seen from the Pistons, what do you think?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
On the court for the Thunder, Cason Wallace out there with Mitchell. Then it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Kenrich Williams. And it's Williams in at the center position. Yep, that one's good.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Williams on the wing. Back to Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And Reed pulls it down. Detroit leading by 7. Holland for three. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. 3-on-3. Outside, Williams. There's the triple. Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2. And the Pistons shooting at a very efficient 67%. Ivy passes to Reed, and stolen by Caruso. Williams against Beasley. Now here's Caruso. Defense right on him. It's deflected. Ivy with the ball. Beasley for three. Hits a three-pointer. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
The Pistons have had quite a few high lottery picks of late, Stan. However, they haven't had much success yet.
Well, Brian, you know, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Some teams will come together quicker. Some players and some teams need more time to develop. Detroit's just got to keep adding to what they have and continuing to develop the players that are already in their system.
And a great fan base in Detroit, starving for victories.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Wallace has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Ivy passes to Beasley. Back to Ivy. Lets it fly. And again, it's Detroit.
Hot off the pass. Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Caruso outside. Outside Mitchell. Over Ivy. They get it back. Here's Williams. Back to Caruso. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Ivy. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Left side, Williams. Pass to Mitchell. Williams with the screen. And it's Mitchell, the miss.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Here's Waters. Now Reed. Jacks up with three. It doesn't go for him. Caruso, left side. Drills it from deep. Caruso's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Beasley outside. Reed passes to Beasley. Here's Holland. And here's Beasley. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Waiters. Right wing. Holland for three. Drains the triple. Holland's gotten himself on the board with a three there. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Thunder. They trail by 9. Outside, Williams. Back to Caruso. Puts up a three. And Reed pulls it down. The Pistons have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Pass to Waiters. Misses the layup. And so it's Detroit with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Back after this.
18.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. You got to like what Jaden Ivey has done in this game.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
They've got Thompson. Tim Hardaway is out there with Kate Cunningham. Then it's Duran, and it's Stewart in at the power forward spot. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
And, Coach, how about the Thompson twins making their impact felt in the 2023 draft?
Yeah, Brian, we've seen twins in the NBA before, albeit not very often. But these two made history that draft day, becoming the first pair of twins to be selected in the top 5 of the same draft.
Now here's Hardaway. The 3 from Thompson hits the three-pointer. Thompson's got 9 points.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Dort. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And clearly Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
Thompson with a screen. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Out to Thompson. There's Cunningham with a 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Dort for 3. Connects from downtown. Dort's got 5 points now this quarter.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
Kicks it out to Cunningham. The 3 is up. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Williams misses. The Pistons lead by 9. And stolen by Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Dagnall said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. 4-3. They get it back. Holmgren with it. Here's Williams. He's watched by Cunningham. Second shot opportunity. Williams' shot is good. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
Such a wide open look. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. Here's Hardaway. Pass to Stewart. The 3. Williams grabs the board.
Defensively, you pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
Dort for 3. Thompson with the block.
What you love about Thompson is his versatility at both ends of the floor. He's even able to block shots like that.
1:21 left in the third quarter of the game. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Yes, sir! Gilgeous-Alexander with a deep 3.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside. But fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 6. Stewart, right side. Hardaway with a screen on Holmgren. Three-pointer, Stewart. Hartenstein pulls it in. Thunder trail by 5. Williams on the wing. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
And it's a completely new group for the Pistons. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 17-5 run. Pure from three-point range.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Beasley outside. Lets the three fly. He buries it from 3. Beasley's got 6.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Detroit has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. Mitchell out there with Casey Wallace. Then it's Kenrich Williams. Then it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams in at the center position.
I love it. I mean, great ball movement by Ivy.
Here's Caruso. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates. Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And it's Ivy penetrating. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And this is what makes Ivy special. His ability to finish with power at the rim.
Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Here's Caruso. Detroit with a rebound. They've led by as many as 14. Here's Waters. No good on the 3. Thunder trail by 4. Wallace, the pass to Mitchell. Here's Caruso. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Mitchell finds Caruso. Stolen by Ivy. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
And once Ivy gets the steal, it's off to the races. I mean, just terrific in transition.
Caruso, pass to Williams. The three-pointer off the mark. The Pistons lead by 4. Here's Reed. They grab their own miss. Ivy with the ball. Watched by Wallace. Here's Beasley. 5 on the clock. Reed passes to Beasley from deep three-point land. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell. And it's Caruso with the ball for Oklahoma City. The ball's knocked loose and stolen by Beasley. And here's Ivy from the arc. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
A line change here for Oklahoma City. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Dagnall was just reviewing the plan with his team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Dort, the pass to Holmgren. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Pistons lead by 7. On the wing, Ivy. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Dort. Poke loose. Back to Williams. Dort with it. Cunningham with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Duren with the rebound. Duren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Thompson outside. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort outside. 1:04 left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Shot clock at 5. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. They need this. SGA from distance.
No fear in the eyes of Gilgeous-Alexander. His guys believe in his ability to come up big.
Out to Thompson. Pass to Ivy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. On offense, here are the Thunder. 6-point game. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. All right, Grant trying to seize control now.
And BA, if they can convert here, they might be able to close the door.
And that one's good. Stewart.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he lays it up and in. Boy, this offense has been dynamic and diversified.
Just everyone sharing the ball and sharing the load makes you difficult to defend.
Now Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. So it's Detroit picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
think about the future of this great league, certainly, Greg, some terrific young talent on display here tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, who's got next? I mean, some gifted players here answering in the affirmative.
And now Washington's starting group. They've got Jordan Poole. Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then it's Sarr, and it's Smart in at the 2-guard.
This speaks to how confident Tobias Harris is in his offensive game, ready to shoot as soon as that ball reaches him.
Poole up top. Pass to Middleton. Sarr sets the screen for Middleton. Hands it from downtown.
And that kind of consistency from Middleton from 3, that's huge.
Cunningham passes to Durant. Driving inside. That's tipped. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Here's Cunningham. Uncovered. Tries again.
How about the length? Tough for any offensive player to deal with the likes of Middleton with those long arms.
And Poole gets it to go.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town. And those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
Using those hops to attack the rim, Poole takes flight.
Cunningham against Smart. Harris kicks to Cunningham. And again, Cunningham missing. Washington's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. From deep, George. The kick out to Poole. That 3 off the mark.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. Detroit shooting their first free throw this game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Smart misses. The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And a wide open look for Cunningham. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. I tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole. But really, you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds that.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Now here is Harris. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Middleton for 3. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. Pistons trail by 5. Here's Thompson. Oh!
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Harris against George. For the 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Cunningham drives in. He makes that one drop only a second in 5 tries.
Ignoring the defense and cutting to get the shot. That's a great play from Cade.
Outside, Smart. The 3 ball. Rebound by the Pistons. Thompson in the corner. And Thompson slams it home.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Sarr's shot is off. The Pistons trailing. Harris looking it over. Here's Cunningham. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And that's now 7 points for Cade Cunningham. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Poole's got 9.
Oh, man, this is the kind of range Poole has, and the defense better recognize.
Cunningham with it. George picks him up. Hardaway for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Pass to Duran. Goes back up. Thompson outside. The 3. 6 to shoot. And no good. It'll count. Tie game in Detroit. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Kispert. Saddiq Bey is out there with Holmes. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Coulibaly in at the 2 spot. Great open look there.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
From downtown, and Coulibaly gets it to go. Coulibaly's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Stolen by Brogdon. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Buries the long-range jumper.
Encouraging to see Saddiq Bey just stay this confident and looking for that shot off the catch.
Rejected by Brogdon. And here's Kispert from the arc. Wizards keeping it alive in a fresh 14-second shot clock. For 3. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And the agility on Beasley's drive, really tough for the defense to deal with.
And here is Bey. A 3-pointer off the mark. Now Detroit moving it up. Nasty move. And the layup is good. Stewart's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
And that's a foul. Called on Ron Holland. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Now here's Kispert. Pass to Coulibaly. Shoots over Holland. And again, Washington no good. The Pistons have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Ivy kicks to Reed. Got a piece of it. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
From past the arc. Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain personality. Brent, do coaches try to shape that personality based on their roster?
Kevin, it's a great question, and I think the best coaches in our league adapt to the personality of the team as it starts to formulate throughout the season. You lean in to what guys naturally are. Some success comes with that.
Now, here is Reed. Still yet to score. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So it'll be Isaiah Stewart shooting. That's on Malcolm Brogdon. The Pistons have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
So much about Stewart comes through his toughness and get physical with him. he has no problem getting physical right back.
And Washington has possession. Following the three by Detroit. Here's Koulibaly. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
For Jaden Ivey, the offense, Brent, looks great. Defensively, though, there's a lot to improve on.
Well, sometimes as an individual defender, you can look worse because the team defense isn't there. And so there's been sort of this reflective quality about that. But for Jaden to take on or take the next step, certainly defensively, with all of that athletic ability, he could be elite on that end of the floor.
It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down to just one on the bucket from Holmes.
And Holmes does have this kind of range. He's really selective about when he'll shoot them, but he knocks that one down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. 56 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Koulibaly. Fires the three. His fifth miss. Now 2 for 7 from the floor. Pistons leading by 3. Here's Reed, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paul Reed. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
On the wing, Koulibaly. He has 6. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Holland diving in.
Well, the find from the off-guard Beasley there. Would like to see more of that. Malik working the ball around.
Near the three-point line, it's Kispert. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Now, here's Ivey. He's defended by Koulibaly. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And one of the best guard finishers. Ivey relentless when attacking the rim.
11 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Kispert. Holmes with a screen on Beasley. For 3, Kispert. And so it's the Detroit Pistons with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Wizards trail by 6. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. Dave Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Detroit leading by 6. Out to Hardaway. And it's blocked.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
The 3 from Poole. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Thompson throws it down.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Now here's Smart. At the elbow, it's George. Count that bucket. George has got 5 points so far.
Wow, Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Cunningham. Out to Hardaway. Rule with the steal. He's got a clear path. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, Poole does such a great job of reading and reacting to both things, not just the steal, but the score on the other end.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Duran sets the screen for Cunningham. On the wing, Hardaway. Out to Harris. Jacks up a three, and it's good. Assisting on the play with Hardaway. Harris has got his second bucket.
A solid three-point marksman. Harris has that inside-outside offensive game.
Here's Poole, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Now here's Thompson. 8 points for him. Cunningham. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, I love Cade Cunningham just playing this way, an electric player when he takes advantage.
Detroit shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the two areas you love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
And Poole gets it to go.
And he's absolutely feeling it. There is no hesitation from Jordan Poole.
Cunningham passes to Hardaway. For three, Harris. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Takes a three. That one's good. And the Piston lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Poole.
And Poole up ahead of the defense on that move.
Oh, man. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, but there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And Thompson throws it down.
So fast of foot on the run. I see her tough to catch.
From deep, George, and they're able to recover. Here's Middleton, and it's good. 2 points. Middleton's got 5.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Wizards trail by 7. .102 left in the third quarter. Here's Poole. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Poole does a great job there just extending and using his length to have an advantage on that shot.
Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 5 points now this quarter.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Middleton drives in. Outside for Smart. Just 5 on the clock. Duran pulls it in. Pistons leading by 7. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Thompson.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Here's Middleton. Can't hit from in close. Out to Hardaway. There's the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much...
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pistons lead by 12. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Rashawn Holmes. Koulibaly is out there with Brogdon. Then there's Kispert. And it's Bay in at the power forward position.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And again, Washington with the triple.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
There's the triple. And another three for Detroit.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
There's a screen. This one for three. Good on the triple.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Kicks it out to Beasley. Pass to Stewart. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Here's Holland. Rebounded by Holmes. Wizards trail by 11. Here's Koulibaly. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
To the left wing. The shot by Stewart with no one around. Money from the wing. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jumper.
Pass to Holmes. Wizards passing it around. Back to Koulibaly. Shoots over Holland. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got 4 rebounds in this game. Ivy, no one around him. No good from outside. Wizards trail by 10. Bay wide open, and he fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Ivy kicks to Stewart. And another three for Detroit.
How about Stewart stretching out the defense, and not something we see from him a ton of times.
Here's Bay. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That's his first foul. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Duren, he's checked in for Paul Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Holland. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Beasley. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Sar's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Chris Middleton comes in for Sadiq Bey. Smart's checked in for Kispert. And Poole subbed in for Brogdon. Cunningham for three. Rebound, Washington.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Smart, wide open, he fires. Trains the three-pointer.
Well, when you can score the ball and the defense makes adjustments your way to do that, Poole has to take advantage like that.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Pistons.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Asar Thompson.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
They get it back. Harris kicks to Ivy. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Ivy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And another 3 for Detroit.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
It's Cunningham with the drive. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Cunningham. Hacked on the shot, and he'll have 3 chances at the line. It's going to be on Alex Song.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
Good on the second free throw. And he makes all 3. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really...
with 2K Sports and the NBA. In this game, we'll see endorse with how these teams like to get out and run. We should see a lot of transition tonight.
We should, and it always makes for exciting basketball. But more importantly, BA, these are teams that create easy buckets. Everything in basketball cannot be a grind. That's why these two teams are fun to watch.
So a look at our starters for the Wizards. Jordan Poole out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's Rashawn Holmes. Then there's Sarr. And it's Middleton in at the 3. 5 on the clock. Poole for 3. Counted from distance.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Middleton against Williams. Pass to Dort. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Poole. Screen by Holmgren. Launches a 3. Hits the trifecta.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Smart for 3. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena, Doris, right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, BA, this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Pass to Sarr. They set the pick. Middleton passes to Sarr. The fadeaway. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. I talked with him about how he's approaching matching up with Jordan Poole tonight, and he said to make sure we don't lose him on defense, we have to talk and we have to know where he is. Expects his team to be very active and talkative here tonight. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. The kick out to Poole. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, he sees the man's going to kick the ball out. Wow. I mean, that was great anticipation.
Boy, the rise and fire off the bounce by Gilgeous-Alexander with that length and release point. Good luck guarding it.
Smart with a bucket.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Offensive rebound. Williams against Middleton. And it's Williams off the drive. Goes up again. And Holmes pulls it down. And it's Poole with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Middleton from the outside. First shot won't go. The Thunder have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Hartenstein finds Holmgren. Now Williams. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Well, it was a tough season for the Washington Wizards, Grant. A franchise-low 15 wins.
You know, B.A., it started with trading away their star, Bradley Beal, before the season. But I like their new direction, prioritizing their future and developing talent.
He shoots it. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Poole's got 5.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Hartenstein with it. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Smart. Dort against Poole. Here's Sarr. Now here's Smart. A minute 9 left in the first quarter. And it's Williams off the drive. And Williams punches it home.
Wow, what a move by Jalen Williams. Offensively, he just has the whole package.
Washington trailing. Holmes, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Poole for 3. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Hartenstein with a screen on Smart. Pass to Dort. 6 on the shot clock. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup, finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Smart outside. There's the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside, Williams. It's stolen by Smart. And the Wizards on the break. Here's Middleton. That one's good from the corner.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
With 1 on the clock. No good that time. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for Washington. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. Bilal Coulibaly out there with Malcolm Brogdon. In there, Sadiq Bey. Then it's Kispert, and it's Vukcevic in at the 5. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Wizards last season, for the first time in a long time, hitting the reset button. A losing record, no surprise, but they're trying to build something from the ground up. Enough of treading water in the middle. Brian, they're 45 straight seasons without hitting 50 wins, the longest such streak in NBA history.
Ooh, not good there, Allie. Thank you.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And it's Mitchell, the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Brogdon. Back to Coulibaly. They set the pick. Fires the 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Pass to Caruso. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Coulibaly with it. Watch by Wallace. And here's Brogdon from deep. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Wallace outside. Outside. Williams. And here's Caruso outside. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Three-pointer, Kispert. The Thunder pull it in. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Brogdon. The Wizards with a lead. And there's the call on Sadiq Bey. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Back to Caruso. Uses the glass on the layup. Caruso's got 5 points in the quarter. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Outside Coulibaly. No good on the shot. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Wallace misses. for Washington. They've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Well, OKC has a great track record with their draft picks, and it seems like they got another one in Cason Wallace.
Wallace was the 10th pick in 2023. He's going to give you great physical pressure defense on the perimeter, and then he's going to play to his strength offensively. OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy.
Just 4 to shoot. Second chance shot. Caruso misses. And the Wizards shooting 40% so far in this one. Kispert with the ball. Watched by Wallace. Ooh, poked away. Thunder with a lead. Pass to Williams. 56 seconds left in the first half. Wallace, the pass to Williams. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Williams has gotten his first points in this one.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction. Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Caruso, the pass to Williams. Mitchell against Brogdon. Williams, a screen on Brogdon. Pass to Williams. Caruso outside. Step back shot. And Bay pulls it down. Washington has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Outside Coulibaly. Three-pointer Kispert. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Wallace. Up and in on the layup. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Doris, you look at this Washington team. They hit the reset button.
VA, I am sure that's not an easy decision to make, but I believe it was the right move. Washington was kind of stuck at that play-in level. Now they have a clear focus and direction on the future. May take some time, but I like the plan.
Every time I watch Sarr, I'm just amazed at how light off the floor he is.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Can't cash it in from close range. Washington's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. They get it again. The kick out to Poole. Pass to Sarr. Smart outside. For the lead. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in the game. The shot by Dort, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
It's Smart on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Smart with another miss. The Thunder have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Poole against Dort. Pass to Hartenstein. To the inside. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And Holmes pulls it down. Holmes has got 4 rebounds now. Kicks it out to Smart. The 3-ball. And that comes off the assist by Middleton. Smart has got 6.
Well, I love that Marcus Smart sprinted into that shot opportunity. You've got to be prepared on the catch, and Marcus was ready.
Making sure of it with the 2 hands grand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. And that one's good. Cool. Thunder trail by 3. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Hartenstein with a screen on Poole. It's stolen by Smart. Now the Wizards in transition and stolen by Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander buries it from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 in the quarter. But Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, BA, I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense. Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Pass to Dort. Holmgren with a screen on Poole. Dort for 3. Offensive board.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Poole finds Smart. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
There's a minute 17 left in the third. Bay outside. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Caruso outside. Pass to Williams. Mitchell against Brogdon. Mitchell, the pass to Caruso. Over Kispert. Caruso with the bucket. Caruso's got 7.
This guy plays with such confidence and ability to score in a variety of ways. Nice.
And that one's good. Coulibaly. And the Wizards lead by 4.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Williams with the screen. And Wallace, here we go. On the wing, Mitchell, guarded by Brogdon. Launches it. Mitchell misses. Bay left side. Outside Brogdon. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. So on the floor for the Wizards, Saddiq Bey out there with George. Then there's Corey Kispert. Then there's Bilal Coulibaly. And it's Brogdon in at the 1 spot. Thunder trail by 4. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
So it's Oklahoma City now. Mitchell finds Caruso. Back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
George for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Williams with the screen. And here's Caruso outside. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound. Washington has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. Outside Coulibaly. Bay with a screen. And again, Washington, no good. And Williams has got the ball here for OKC. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong. No baskets allowed. Outside Mitchell. To tie it up. No good on the layup. The Wizards have got none of their shots to go in this final quarter. 0 for 4. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Thunder. And Washington will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for George. Sarr comes in for Bay. Chris Middleton's checked in for Kispert. And Smart subbed in for Brogdon. The shot by Dort, no good. The Wizards with a lead. Smart passes to Sarr. Outside Coulibaly. They set the screen. Back to Holmes. Pass to Smart. The three ball. And Smart nails the triple.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Smart. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
Coulibaly on the wing. Williams defending. Smart outside. Lets the three fly. Kept alive.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
That's a big-time bucket. Lou Dort has unshakable confidence.
Out of bounds with the Oklahoma City's ball.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range to take the lead. Offensive board. For Washington, they've got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal. Smart against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Sarr. 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get off a shot here. Three-pointer is up. Middleton knocks it down from distance. Middleton's got 9 points here in the second half.
And Middleton stays so under control in tough spots, not allowing the low shot clock to throw him off.
And he gets it to go.
What a moment for Gilgeous-Alexander in the clutch. Yes, sir.
Now here's Smart. Pass to Sarr. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And there's a pick to the inside. Outside Coulibaly. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
Here's Oklahoma City now. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Holmgren finds Williams. Left side Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Smart. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't get the three to fall. Middleton against Williams. It's Smart on the wing. Outside Coulibaly. From downtown. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. So we see the Wizards get the win here. Just a
About it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. and look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Thompson is out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Cade Cunningham. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Duren in at the 5. Holmgren can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Off target with his 3. To the middle. Pass to Holmgren. He's looking for Hartenstein and finds him. Offensive rebound. Nobody near Williams. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Stewart. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Stewart against Holmgren. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Cunningham outside. Up again. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Gilgeous-Alexander against Thompson. Williams for 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008, and with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
Now here's Williams. He's got 6. Pass to Holmgren. Dort against Hardaway. Holmgren with a screen on Hardaway. Dort, sweet little floater.
Some physicality there from Lou, pushing past the contact and into the shot.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. We thank you for the report. Thompson with the bucket.
So fast of foot, on the run, or Sear, tough to catch.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Count that one.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here's Durham. Nothing on the board.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
Dort misses. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They trail by 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Cunningham's got 5 points so far.
And how about the aggressiveness from Cunningham? Reading the defense and then just punishing them with that pull-up.
Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Ausar Thompson.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Out to Thompson. Lets the 3 fly. They get it again. And Thompson slams it home.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Hartenstein with the screen on Thompson. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. And the second quarter about to get started. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Williams is out there with Williams. Then there's Wallace. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Caruso in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Caruso looking for an opening. And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Williams sets a screen for Caruso. Fires from deep. Clock at 6. Puts one up from 19. And it's Reed pulling it down.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Waters passes to Howell. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Beasley dishes to Ivey. Reed a screen on Mitchell. Here's Ivey. Offline with his 3. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Up and in on the layup. Reed's got the lead up to 4 now for Detroit. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Here's Caruso. Scoreless thus far. Mitchell kicks to Williams. And here is Caruso. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. No good, unable to end this run.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu, who was a big part of what we did in Orlando, was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Beasley for three. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
Caruso finds Mitchell. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Pistons.
Under foul. Mitchell. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Ivy. No good on the quick three. Thunder trailing by 10. Williams sends a screen for Caruso. From outside, off the mark. The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Thunder shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. The Thunder have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Mitchell. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pass to Beasley. Here's Holland. Shoots a three. Offensive rebound. Here's Reed. Second chance shot. And the layup is up and in. Reed's got 4 this quarter.
Well, second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. You know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. 40 seconds left in the first half. No good from Beasley.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
For Oklahoma City, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
He hits the second from the line. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Out left to the wing. Holland the pass to Reed. Beasley outside. Shoots the three. Caruso grabs the miss. Thunder trailing by 10. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And it's Wallace with the jam.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now here's Williams. And that one released in time, but no good. And so is Detroit, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll return shortly. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One guy who's getting it done is Malik Beasley.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the court for the Pistons, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Cade Cunningham. Then it's Asar Thompson. Then there's Jalen Duren. And it's Stewart in at the 4-man position. Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And the move and the basket, SGA has the defense shook.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Pass to Holmgren. Shoots over Duren. And it's Isaiah Stewart with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
It's stolen by Cunningham. Now here's Hardaway. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Hardaway has got the lead up to 11 now for the Pistons. Oklahoma City shooting 43% from the field. Door to screen on Thompson. Pass to Hartenstein. And here is Dort. Shot clock at 6. Back to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Dort misses. Pistons leading by 11. Cunningham for 3. Here's Stewart over Williams. Williams with the defensive effort. Cunningham against Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, the Thunder. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And you see that one motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
Here's Holmgren. And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stewart. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches it. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Nice move. And he lays it up and in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points for the game.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Stewart with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Duren the pass to Thompson. Hardaway with a wide open look. And another 3 for Detroit. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Detroit leading by 14. Here's Thompson. The Pistons working the ball around now. And he makes that one. 12 points for him.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
From the arc. The three. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Ivy against Jordan. Beasley, the pass to Waters. 5 to shoot. Ivy against Gilgeous-Alexander. Ivy with the bucket. Ivy's got his first bucket in this one.
With no time to spare, Ivy was ready for that one.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Oklahoma City, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. They get a hand on it. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Here's Williams, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Both Jalen and Jalen Williams are out there. One at the 3, the other at the 5. Mitchell is out there with Wallace, and it's Williams at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Williams, a screen on Beasley. Wallace misses. Pistons leading by 20. Here he goes. Ivy dishes to Reed. Back to Ivy. Here's Waters. And another 3 for Detroit.
Oh, and the playmaking of Ivy on full display.
Open shot. Williams finds himself wide open and drills it.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Beasley kicks to Reed. No good on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Outside Williams. Mitchell outside. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ivy. Williams can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Beasley for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Mitchell outside. Wallace outside. Back to Mitchell. Williams sets a screen for Mitchell. Out to Wallace. Shoots over Holland. Wallace misses. Detroit leading by 21. Ivy passes to Holland. Off target from outside. The Thunder have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one made. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Waters. A 3-pointer is right on target.
heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
Williams, a screen on Ivy. Fires from the wing. The Thunder with another miss.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Holland, no good. And here now the Thunder. That's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Kenrich Williams. Dort, he's checked in for Cason Wallace. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Mitchell. Back to Duren. It's stolen by Hartenstein.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cade Cunningham.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Hardaway kicks to Stewart. Shot clock at 6. Thompson in the corner. Cunningham with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 points. That one goes.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Hardaway against Dort. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were...
one tonight. You got two teams that have struggled to find any sort of confidence.
You're right, BA. And the thing that you want most is to find out where inspiration is going to come from. You don't want to rely on your coaching staff and use the coach's verbiage to get you going. Some player is going to stand up and stand out tonight. And like a weather vane, things can just shift. And with the win here tonight, the team could go on a little bit of a roll to reestablish some of their confidence for the rest of the season.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway. And it's Thompson in at small forward. And a fast break now for the Wizards. Smart outside. Knocks down the long J.
Getting the ball and taking his shot, Smart makes it look almost effortless.
Cunningham looking it over. Outside Hardaway. Goes up on the wing.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about a minute into the first. Cunningham drives in. Off the inbound. No good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Thompson passes to Duran. It's stolen by Smart. Thompson against George. Kicks it out to Middleton. Pass to Sarr. Back to Middleton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And up the court come the Pistons on the break. Here's Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
Yeah, quick thinking on defense, and good to see Harris working hard on this end.
Well, if the Pistons are going to turn things around, Brett, it needs to start on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's part of it, BA. It's not surprising that they've been in the bottom 5 defensively over the past couple years, and that's what happens when you pile up a bunch of young players who want to prove themselves, and by proving themselves, it usually starts on the offensive end. We'll see if these guys being together start to take some pride in stopping their opponents. A solid three-point marksman. Harris has that inside-outside offensive game.
Smart for 3, and the three-pointer goes. Smart's got 6.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Yeah, and a triple from Harris, matching the one on the other end. Just great back and forth.
Coulibaly on the wing. George, a screen on Thompson. And it's Coulibaly missing. Detroit has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Duran, the screen. Out to Thompson. Tipped. Smart outside from deep. And it won't go. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with Brian Keefe. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. There's Cunningham with a 3. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Yeah, Cade eager but not rushed that time, just jumping at the chance for the quick shot.
Here's George. Off the left rim and out. Here's the Pistons with the ball. They're on a 13-3 run, and it's 6-10. Jalen Duran is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
And right now, Cunningham has that shot dialed in.
Wizards trail by 8. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
I love it. Nice activity defensively. Getting in there to disrupt the pass.
Here's Coulibaly. He's scoreless. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Pretty much no one is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's Cunningham. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Back to Cunningham. Outside Hardaway. Rebound, Washington.
He wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Smart passes to Sarr. Middleton with it. Defended by Thompson. To the paint. He shoots. Here's George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Detroit shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the first one at the line is good. That one misses. Smart against Cunningham. Right side, Koulibaly. There's the triple. Knocks down the triple. Koulibaly's got 6. Oh, George with a steal. Up in time. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. We've got Holland, Isaiah Stewart out there with Paul Reed. Then it's Malik Beasley, and it's Ivy in at the point.
More and more as a reliable spot-up shooter. Beasley, with the feet set, knocks it in.
Now here's Kispert. He's guarded by Beasley. Poole for 3. A rebound by Detroit. Well, Brent, since 1980, the Wizards have had home court advantage in the playoffs just one time.
BA, do you want to have anything that you want to share that's positive about the Wizards? I mean, this team has not made it out of the second round in that span, so hard to envision that happening anytime soon. You got a long way to go.
Now here's Bay. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Beasley, right side. Back to Ivy. Three-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Hot off the pass, Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Poole from long range. The offensive rebound.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Poole against Ivy. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Pass to Bay. Puts up a 3. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Fires the 3. And Holmes pulls it down. Wizards trail by 4. Poole outside. And there's Holmes on the assist by Poole. Holmes has got his first 2 points.
Rashawn using his size, imposing his will.
Here's Reed. Behind the back and lays it in.
All right, I think he's showing off now, but I'll tell you what, that's impressive.
Bay outside. Kispert right side. Bay with a screen on Beasley. And here's Kispert from the arc.
Coaches from the sideline screaming, get a body on Rashawn Holmes, why don't you?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
Ivy passes to Beasley. Ivy, right side. Rebounded by Champagny. And Washington with possession. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. For 3. And the Edwards with another three.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
It's good. Ivy's got 7 points for the quarter.
Oh, one of the better attackers of the rim. Ivy will not be stopped.
Bay with a screen on Beasley. Kispert, the pass to Bay. No good with the triple. Detroit has gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Three-pointer, Stewart. It's rebounded by Washington. Poole from long range. The rebound by Stewart. The Pistons have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Beasley outside. Stewart outside. Back to Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it. The Pistons need to get one up quick. They grab their own miss. And here's Ivy from the arc. Gets the three ball to go. Ivy's got 10 points.
And something Ivy continues to improve. He's becoming a real threat from downtown.
Poole against Ivy. Now here's Poole. Tightly guarded. Poole work in the interior.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And that one good. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul.
First one falls for him.
Pistons foul. Paul Reed.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Couldn't put them in the lead, but at least does enough to tie it up.
Tie game in Washington. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
34.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You gotta like what Jaden Ivey has done in this game.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Bilal Coulibaly, George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Marcus Smart, and it's Sarr in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Brian Keefe. Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brent, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the bright side. Look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity?
Nice shot by George.
Not only is Sarr a willing passer, he's a very skilled passer as well.
Here's Cunningham. Cunningham! The street ball slam!
And wow, coming from Cade, that's good stuff.
Coulibaly on the wing. Defended by Thompson. Pass to Smart. Back to Coulibaly. From behind the arc. The rebound by Detroit. On the wing, Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Sarr Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Three-pointer is up. Middleton. Thompson pulls it in. The Pistons have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 5 rebounds in the game. Coulibaly drives in. Smart outside. George, a screen on Cunningham. Smart for 3. And Smart nails the triple.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from 3-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the 3-point line.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And the ball out of play. The Wizards will have it. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard. Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Oh, a good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And there it is for him. Thompson's gotten 4 this quarter.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Outside Coulibaly. Back to Smart. Here's Sarr, covered by Duran, and he jams it home with authority.
Easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
Out to the wing. Here's Duran, and the dunk by Duran.
Now, BA, you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Coulibaly, launches a 3. Rebound Detroit.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Duran. Thompson outside. There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
A new lineup here for Washington. Wizards leading by 5. Bay with a screen on Ivy. Poole, the pass to Bay. 3-pointer. And Ivy pulls it down. For Detroit, they've gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. He drops it from range. Ivy's got 13 now.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivy has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
Champagny, that's good.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Stewart outside from the arc. And Detroit another 3.
How about Stewart stretching out the defense, and not something we see from him a ton of times.
Kispert, the pass to Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Here's Ivy. Stewart, left side, takes a 3. Rebounded by Champagny. Wizards leading by 4. Pass to Kispert, and stolen by Stewart. And the Pistons pushing it up now.
Oh, elite speed. Ivy will be one of the fastest young players in this league.
Poole exploding to the rim. Bay outside. Jacks up a 3. And no good. And the game's still closely contested as we end the third quarter. It's the Wizards. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. They've got Paul Reed. Malik Beasley is out there with Jaden Ivey. Then there's Holland. And it's Stewart in at the power forward position. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holmes. Well, the Pistons shooting 56% today. Pass to Holland. Into the lane. Here's Reed. Drills it from deep.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Here's Champagny. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Ivy. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And tonight is why you see Ivy was drafted so high, just putting his stamp on this game. Once he gets rolling, he is tough to slow down.
Poole against Ivy. To end the run. Poole floating in for the slam. He's electric.
What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Drops in the 3. And the Pistons lead by 6.
And he can be pretty consistent out there, so the defense is going to have to force Beasley off the line.
Here's Kispert. Rebounded by the Pistons. Ivy outside. And the Pistons, another 3.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Now here's Stewart. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Stolen by Ivy. We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Holland for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Pistons?
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
The Wizards trail by 10. Poole from long range. And it's rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession. The steal. Here's Holland. Hey, expanding his range. Washington with a rebound. Holmes has got 4 rebounds now. Wow, Poole up the floor in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, Poole has that ability. That one stride, full speed kind of player. Nice action there.
And again, no good by Detroit. For the Wizards, this one not looking good. Here's Bay. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's Reed. Nice shot from the wing. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter. The Wizards have gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this 4th quarter. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
And a nice show of strength there from Jordan Poole.
And Washington will go for a different look here. Sarr's checked in for Holmes. George comes in for Champagny. Middleton is checked in for Bay. And it's Coulibaly in for Kispert. Smart's checked in for Washington.
First team foul.
The Pistons lead by 5. Off the inbound pass. And he goes in for the dunk.
And this is where Cade Cunningham showing his ability to get above the rim as a point guard. This makes him special.
And that one's good. Coulibaly.
And the defense is looking almost lost on the perimeter. That opens up a quality three-point shot, and he delivers.
Well, you concern yourself with the other guys who you think are going to damage you, and he stepped up and delivered that huge three-point shot.
Smart against Ivy. Smart passes to Sarr. Back to Smart.
Second personal foul.
He gets the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so Smart nails them both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
On the wing, Thompson. George defending. Ivy. Sarr pulls it in. They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all about.
Coulibaly on the wing. 24 seconds left in the 4th. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. 23 seconds left in the fourth.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Ivy outside. It's in!
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And so it's Detroit who scraped by with the win. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Williams in the post, defended by Middleton. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one's off, and this is his first shot of the game. It's Dort on the wing. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's defended by Coulibaly.
That's just concentration from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy's accustomed to big-time defense.
George with the screen on George. Middleton on the wing over Williams, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. Following the three-pointer by Washington. They get it back. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with a clean look, drills the three-pointer.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Coulibaly with it. And there's the call on Lou George. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On the wing, Coulibaly. Back to Middleton. Clock at 6. The shot by George, wide open. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Scooped up. Hartenstein. It's tipped.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sorry, using those long arms to knock that one away.
Middleton can't get it to go. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Here's Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And DB, the measurables jump off the page for Coulibaly. 6'8" with a 7'2" arm span.
Yeah, that's the kind of length that would allow somebody to be a menace defensively. Let's remember, he was the 7th pick back in 2023. The Wizards clearly very high on this young guy's potential.
Middleton for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Holmgren finds Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
The Wizards with another miss.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over to the left wing. Williams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Middleton outside. Fires the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on George. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And the three ball is good.
Now that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
And a wide open look for Shaw. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Launches a three. Pass to Coulibaly. Up in time. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters well.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Wizards out front. They're up by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Alex Caruso. Mitchell is out there with Wallace. Then it's Williams. And it's Williams at the 4 slot. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Pass to Smart. Three-pointer. Caruso grabs the miss. Under trailing by 3. Mitchell kicks to Williams. Left side Williams. Caruso looking for an opening. Wallace outside. Here's the 3. Here's Williams. Left side Williams. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And it's Carrington missing. Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987-1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Now, here's Kispert. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Smart. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Wizards lead by 6.
I tell you, it's not often, but Marcus Smart working the pick and roll, effective in that particular instance.
And stolen by Caruso. That's good from Williams on the assist by Wallace.
Gets the ball up the court immediately, and that pass to find the man cutting to the bucket couldn't have been timed any better.
Here's Kispert. Now Holmes. Pass to Smart. Holmes setting the pick for Smart. 6 to shoot. Holmes kicks to Kispert. To Holmes. Nice ball movement by Washington. Carrington, that's good.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
For 3, Williams. Gill with the rebound. Wizards leading by 7. Here's Carrington. Pass to Gill. Outside, Smart. Smart puts the pick in for Kispert. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. Launches a three. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smart against Mitchell. Pass to Carrington. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Carrington's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, I absolutely love that pass from Marcus Smart, almost like a sixth sense relative to where his teammate was.
First personal foul. First team foul.
24 seconds left in the first half of the game. And again, Washington with the triple.
Well, though he's not known as a prolific three-point shooter, Marcus Smart takes his time, delivers. That's a big-time shot.
And the turnover again by Oklahoma City. Washington leading now by 14. The tray. To the right side. Here's Carrington. Good on the three-point shot. Carrington's got 9.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
And so it's the Washington Wizards out in front by 7. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've got George. Koulibaly is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Sarr in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's who Brian Keefe starts the second half with. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Thunder. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and frankly borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame and he fits in personality-wise.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Here's Sarr. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren against George. With his first shot attempt. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Sarr. Off target with his 3. Thunder trailing by 17. George with the bounce pass. George with the steal. Poked away. Holmgren with the steal. Dort wide open. Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, tremendous job having hands ready, feet prepared. Catch and shoot opportunity for Lou Dort is good.
Poole finds Koulibaly. Lets it go with the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Middleton for 3. Traps in the tray. Middleton's got 5 points so far.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Dort misses. Washington leading now by 17. On the wing, Koulibaly. He's guarded by Williams. There's the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the 3.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Looking to get it going. And stolen by Song. It's deflected. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Koulibaly. And again, Washington no good. Thunder trailing by 15. Williams for 3. And Middleton with the block.
What defensive focus from Middleton. Able to anticipate the shot and get a hand on it.
The Wizards shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Fires from deep. And another miss by Washington. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Caruso, the pass to Williams. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Smart. Connects from three-point range. Smart's got 9 points.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Williams kicks to Caruso. Gill with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
And so it's the Washington. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So the Thunder 5 right now. Alex Caruso out there with Williams. Then it's Mitchell. Then there's Wallace. And it's Williams at the 5 down low. This one for 3. Gill kicks to Kispert. Here's Smart. Buries it from three-point range. And the Wizards lead by 18.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Pass to Gill. Back to Smart. Mitchell against Gill. From past the arc. Rebound by Williams. Thunder trailing by 18. And here is Caruso. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Wizards.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And here's Kispert from the arc. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's Williams with the jam.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Here's Holmes. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, you have to admire how Smart is running this offense right now. He has a knack for spotting open teammates.
For the 3. No good. Thunder trailing by 19. Oklahoma City moving it around.
Washington's foul. Carrington. First personal foul. First team foul.
Out to Wallace. From outside the arc. Washington with the rebound. Holmes got rebound number 7 for him tonight. To the inside. Williams, a screen on Holmes. Williams passes to Caruso. Second shot opportunity. Left side Williams. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's Kispert in the corner. Williams with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Caruso. And he's good on the 3 ball. Caruso's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for the Thunder. Kispert finds Smart from the arc. Rebound by Williams. Thunder trailing by 16. Here's Wallace. And it's off from 3-point range. Smart with the ball. And it's Wallace picking him up. Shoots the 3. The Thunder pull it in. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. Wallace looking for an opening. Sinks the triple.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
From beyond the arc, they get the rebound. The Thunder shooting about 26% out there. They need to get a better look. Mitchell. The rebound by Carrington. And now we've got the intentional foul. And Washington going with a whole new group here.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Washington leading now by 13.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Washington.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Marcus Smart.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Now the Thunder with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Fires for 3. Rebound, Washington. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Poole, no good.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.